Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought. So here I was, reorganizing my fleet, getting things in order, checking to see what I have, what I can do, and increasing my overall strategic position when the French and the Italians started a war. Apparently, I'm still an ally of the French, so I have been called in. The Italians have a relative small fleet, one would say, 82 ships. However, things have changed. At one point during the previous war, I was at around 150 warships. However, I scrapped 50 of them. I'm down to 100 ships, so in terms of numbers, we're fairly equal. In terms of technology, I'm far superior. I will honor my alliance with the French, and I will be joining the war. Fortunately, or unfortunately, depending how you look at it, I already had some ships in the Mediterranean moving towards their new ports. Scapa Flow is overflowing right now with warships. That's because I had my entire fleet gathered there before being redeployed across the British Isles. So yeah, a lot of ships here, and I'm gonna use them. The Elizabeth II class, Malaya classes, some dreadnought classes. Yeah, this should provide a decent enough task force to deal with whatever the enemy can throw at me. One heavy cruiser escort group, one destroyer escort, one light cruiser escort group, and let's see, bigger Nellies. Yes, they have been built by now. Let's take all 6 of them. So, the entire fleet from Scapa Flow will engage the enemy. Yarmouth Squadron will reinforce the Gibraltar Squadron with the Empress of India. 3 heavy cruisers really, and a light cruiser that will guard the entrance there and keep the Atlantic free of Italian ships, hopefully. The Germans, don't ask what the Germans are doing. They're just crossing around. They want to show off that they have new ships, so yeah. Research. Torpedo propulsion is almost ready. 5,000 meter torpedo range. That is huge. The Austro-Hungarian Navy researched torpedo gyroscope like 2 turns back, so I'm only slightly ahead of them in torpedo tech, and I really want to increase that lead that I have. My other tech is focused, of course, on new dreadnoughts, new warships, because I need them. I want them, and I want them now. More money for some unrests. Less money, no unrest at all. I've been losing like 40 million a month during the past peace times. I had so much money in reserve that I did not bother decreasing my research funds, so I can use a bit of extra money right now. Of course, I still have a lot. I'm repairing 1 battleship currently. I suppose that is the Duncan, a Monarch class battleship. Why are you damaged? You're one of the newest designs. I suppose you got damaged off the construction line. Can't be helped. Now let's see. We have a small task force and a small convoy that is being harassed. So yeah, post-production me here. One enemy destroyer. It was decently armed and put up a nice fight. However, let's face it, he was outmatched completely. Hence me speeding up the battle that you see right here. It was a fascinating battle to fight. Finally some destroyers to fight. It's really fun seeing new ship classes to fight against. And here comes the second one. Pretty much the same deal. I have some small destroyers and a light cruiser somewhere in the distance, I believe. Yeah. My destroyer pretty much nuked the two enemy ships before the enemy even had a chance to shoot back. And my light cruiser, well, basically did nothing this entire fight. My light cruisers are seriously outdated, and I seriously need to get better light cruiser hulls, better engines for them, so I can make them viable again, because this is just, they're too slow. Anyway, this fight comes to a close, so back to the old me, I guess. The Italians know I'm around. They know I'm coming for them. Let's see, where's my big task force? Is in the North Atlantic. If I sent the dreadnoughts on their own, they would have been around Gibraltar already. They're a lot faster. Sadly though, that was not the case. We have an enemy task force moving to La Spezia. Oh, that might be dangerous for my cruisers, but we'll see. "5,000-meter torpedo range and less dot chance." Very nice. Let's increase the torpedo size to 18-inch to get even more range. And after that, I'm going to get a torpedo tube upgrade. Hopefully, get the triples. That would be kind of nice. So, 2 convoys. One of my cruisers and one of my destroyers against 2 enemy cruisers. I'm not counting the French torpedo boat in this. Okay, that's the first. And the second one, that was the first one, pardon me, has a light cruiser and a destroyer of the Seafire class against 2 heavy cruisers. Those heavy cruisers are only doing 22 knots. So does my light cruiser. Okay. 2 convoys. I'm a bit annoyed that they're British convoys. I would have liked to defend a French convoy instead. Some of these ships are damaged. The Castor, the Vicious. Oh, how weird. I'm going to detach the Castor and let her turn home. I guess she hit a mine or something. Or the waves of the North Atlantic got to her. That's also a possibility with these older ships. Should I fight this? Sure, why not? Why not? Why not? Well, because it's not the most boring of fights, maybe? Here I am, charging in at the enemy, together with my allies, the French torpedo boats. French torpedo boats, as always, is under AI control, and he will die a horrible death later on. My torpedo boat, on the other hand, you know, my destroyer really hurt the enemy warship and pretty much ended the fight there and then. After this, the enemy destroyer was still around. I should have targeted the destroyer first, and I didn't. So yeah, a cat and mouse game erupted. The enemy ship, basically the same speed as my destroyer. I was a tiny bit faster, I think, but yeah, I lost track of the enemy ship all the time. And then he popped his smoke again, and so forth and so forth. So I decided, you know, I'm gonna move in between you and the convoy, and then I'm going to move straight towards you. If you decide to fight, awesome. If you don't, well, then I'm gonna end the battle. And yeah, that's what happened, of course. She is turning away. All right, then I can end this battle. Had she stayed on course, then I would have fought her. 2 enemy ships, well, 3 enemy ships sank. And the next one, the French have demanded that they, and they alone, will fight this battle. And the French have made sure that my cruiser got badly damaged, but the transports are safe. So yeah, could be worse, could be better. The Castor is moving towards Gibraltar, yes. I thought I had a big fleet here. Where is my big fleet? No. The line is there. This is weird. This is very weird. Okay. Game being, you know, beta again. My giant fleet just decided to vanish without a trace. Look, I found them again. And I'm meeting 2 enemy destroyers. It's not really worth my time. Thank you. And they're still in the engagement zone. Thank you. In that regard, priority to repair is set to low. Hey. Low. Thank you. Good. Very good. Research. There was something I wanted to talk about. Yeah, torpedo size and hull strengthening coming up. Especially the hull strengthening is something I look forward to because, ladies and gentlemen, we get the Dreadnought 4. And you know what that means. That means I can design 2 new Dreadnoughts, I think, that will replace the HMS Dreadnought class. Yes, you heard it from me right here. I'm going to phase out the first of my Dreadnoughts, I think. Except for the Dreadnought herself, of course. She will become a museum ship in Dublin. Plus 24 million. Finances, yeah, we should be able to build a new dock. Let's do it. 2 months for the hull strengthening. 1 month, yeah, 2 months for the torpedo size, that is fine. Let's set you there. 2 months for explosives as well. Ooh, torpedoes will get even better that way. Turret mechanisms will be researched as well. Look at that. We get a lot of new tech coming up in 1 to 2 months. So my Dreadnought will be the most modern that I can make her. Again, we're fighting small groups. I'm not even gonna try fighting them. Bang. If they want to, if they refuse to fight me, then sure, refuse to fight me. I'm not gonna move that task force, and I'm not going to manually fight those small battles, just between you and me. Control station 1 month, 1 month for the hull strengthening, 1 month for the explosives and for the torpedo size. December 1906. I'll make sure I remain a technologically advanced civilization. We're blockading the Italians. Oh look! They're finally sending out a single battleship. Of course, this is very smart of them. If they damage my ships, the task force might retreat back home. And let's see, this ship is 18 knots. Oh my god, it's a really old battleship. Let's murder them. So, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We have several dreadnoughts here. The original dreadnought is mostly in this current division here. However, the other division has the dreadnought 2 and 3 hulls. And I'm very happy, actually, that I can finally have a fight with those dreadnought hulls. But sadly, it's just a small skirmish, so doing it a bit faster than usual. My destroyers, I turned them around in the hope of attacking a light cruiser. That light cruiser appeared to be a heavy cruiser, so one of my destroyers got mauled, but she didn't sink, fortunately. Unlike the enemy battleship, who had a really bad time. And yeah, that was this little skirmish as well. Going fast this way. Yeah, that's very disappointing. It was again the 4-inchers that did all the work. Now the question is, I set them to a low priority repair. Will my task force remain in the Mediterranean? Or will they have buggered out? Whoosh. They're invisible. No, they're not invisible. They're all the way back in Scapa Flow. I find this to be really odd. Honestly, if it takes me 3 turns to get to the Western Mediterranean, it should take me 3 turns to get back. Anyway, hull strengthening, done. And we have some new techs, so new design. Let's see what we have, ladies and gentlemen. The Dreadnought 4, 31,000 tons. The Dreadnought 3 could only go to 29,500. So yeah, big improvement, large ship. Let's make her smaller, shall we? I am going to design 2 Dreadnoughts. I do want a different name for her though. The Collingwood class? No. The Glory class, that's a bit Royal Sovereign. Well, the Royal Sovereign class for the biggest of the 2. Okay, let's start with the biggest of the 2 then. Ooh, look at that main tower. That is huge. Secondary tower. Let's go for a bit more classical build compared to what I've done before. I would like 26 knots. With standard crew quarters. Best possible equipment. And long range accuracy. Yes, please. With a 12-inch belt and a 6 fore and aft. And a 3 and a 2-inch deck belt. Engine efficiency, 40%. 90%. Shall I do that, or should I do this? The extra funnel gives 38 smoke interference. This gives me plus 20% smoke interference. Hull weight a bit, boiler weight plus 4%. 26,600. What? I'm adding a funnel and I'm losing weight? What? Houston? Explain? Explain? If I turn her down to 25 knots, we're at 100%. Well, she'll be able to keep pace with the others, at least. Oh well, let's keep her at 25 knots. Barbettes. Short, medium. Let's see, we can add 1, 2, 3. We could add 4 smaller barbettes, at least. Main guns. I can only add 3 centerline main guns. I'm gonna add 2 of those. Yeah, my other dreadnoughts have 13 inchers as well, so yeah, I'm gonna stick with the 13 inch. I would like 14 inch by now, but yeah, not gonna happen. Side mounted guns. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. Secondary guns. 8 inchers. Can I add 8 inchers to these barbettes? Yes, I can. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't she beautiful? 8-inch casemate guns and 2-inch on the towers, please. Don't think those will fit. They interrupt the 8-inch tower. I'd rather have the 8-incher there. Okay, looks nice, looks very nice. Let's scroll down a bit. A giant turning circle. Let's make the turning circle 500 meters. That's a bit better than 1,000. I'm going to remove 2 9-inch guns. Side mounts. And yeah, we gotta do this, people. We just gotta do this. 13-inch. Look at her. The Royal Sovereign. The newest and last of the dreadnoughts. With a 40% for weight offset. Huh. I almost forgot to look at it. We still have some room to play around with. Let's increase the aft deck. Let's increase the aft belts. For weight offset is only 9.9999%. For weight 6.9. Okay, now the main gun. Tiny whiny bit, yes. For weight, only 2.9. Good, good, good. Can we move the aft gun? Yes, we can. Does that still function? It does. Oh, that's too much. There. How about this? I really like her. I really like her. And we still have around 800 tons to actually fix my ammo. Oops. Ooh, standard shells these days. Yeah, let's go with standards. Nose fuse is fine. We're going with increased AP rounds. It's a battleship after all. Increased ammo. Shall I go for light shells on this one? Let's see. The main 13-incher reload time 72.3 seconds. Go for the heavy shells. Reload time 80 seconds, so 5 seconds more. It's only 5 seconds. Of course, if I go with you, I do need at least Barbette 1 to counter the flash fire chance, plus 20%. So if it doesn't spread as much, I would be grateful. Now, if these guys just, close the doors of the ammo compartments, they should be fine. They should be more than fine. Ladies and gentlemen, the Royal Sovereign, the first of my new dreadnoughts. Then the second one. Yoink. I give you the Swift. The Swift will be a 20,000 ton warship. In short, 22,500, only slightly bigger than the Monarch and a lot smaller than the other ones. This will be my cheap dreadnought. I do like to have some cheap ships as well, not just the very expensive and good ones, no. What if I lose ships and I need to build new ships fast? Or, what if I need to sacrifice a ship in a heroic charge that looks cool and is utterly useless in the end? I'd rather not do that with the expensive warships. I'd rather do that with the silly ones. And this one, well, it will be an escort battleship, really. I'm not going to use 13 inches on her. I'm actually thinking of going with the 11-inch guns as main armament. And yeah, let's add 2 of those. And side-mounted 11 inchers. Who needs 13-inch anyway? Right? Look at that, for 11 million. Casemate guns. Can we add casemates to this hull? When it's so small, yes we can. It's not the greatest of casemates. Doesn't need to be. Torpedo launchers, you can have 1 in the rear if we want. And 1 in the sides. Sure, why not? 18-inch. Reduced long range. Let's see what we can make of her. Baric acid, please. Yes, this will be a high explosive spammer. We still have 500 tons. Click. Now we have 3,000 tons to work with. Unbalanced rudder. What is my turning circle right now? Let's go up. Let's go up a turning circle of 245 meters. That is more than acceptable. I would like, however, standard crew quarters, and oh dear, forgot to do this. 25 knots. Yeah, the medium funnels ain't cutting it. So let's take you out. Let's see, can we add a wide? No, we can't. Not in that location anyway. We can add one there. What we could do... and then replace you for a wide funnel as well, 92%. Okay, the 4-weight offset is bugging me though. Gonna be really annoying to get that fixed. Because this tower, It can't really go further backwards. Maybe it can go there if I remove the guns, but do I want to remove the guns? No, I don't. So, tall funnel over there. What does that do? 28%. Yeah, hardly affects the balance. This should affect the balance though. And remove you two. Set you there. Oh. Did I see that correct? Yeah, I did. Pay attention to the lines, please. And remove these two. That actually increased my 4 weight offset. Don't be silly. And let's move you like that. Funnel there. 4 weight offset, 0.7. Engine efficiency, perfect. Secondary guns, no wait, barbettes. Can we add a barbette here and here without ruining the turrets? You're fine? You're definitely not. Well, that could work. What did I just click? Oh, whoops. Whoopsie-daisy. I don't really like it when these turrets stick out. But if I don't want that, then these turrets have to go here. Can I do the same with these turrets? No, I don't think so. This is fine, this is fine. Secondary guns, 8-inch. Do you fit? No, of course you don't. 5-inchers. And another 5-incher there. And 5-incher casemates, of course. Well, what do you guys think of a small dreadnought, a cheap dreadnought? I want to be able, let's see, build time 16 months, build time 20 months, yeah. In case of emergency, I can just spam like 8-9 of these ships. They're cheap, but they're fast enough to keep up with the main battleships. The armor of these ships, I still have some room to play around with. Let's go for a 1366 422 317. Max out, please. Turret armor. Max out the top. Yeah, that's a bit too much. There. Can we go any higher? No. How about this? I think we got ourselves 2 decent warships. 2 decent warships indeed. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, this episode comes to a close. We fought several small battles against the Italians. We designed 2 dreadnoughts. Thank you all for watching. Next time, hopefully, we'll see a larger Italian fleet to fight. I know they do have them, but they're a bit hesitant to use them against me. Of course, them having to repair 49 ships did not help either. So yeah, next time we continue this campaign. And I hope you will join me by watching. Until then, farewell.